What was life like during middle school?
Middle school for me was a very tough time. Very tough time. I come from a really poor family, and that's never easy anyway, but I think in middle school especially it's kind of a tough time because it's when you're growing a lot and things are changing, and it was a hard time for me.
My science class, my physical science class in 8th grade, all we did was watch videos. The teacher never really taught anything, and so that was the basis of my science curriculum.
Middle school was really fun. I remember spending a lot of time with my friends. I honestly don't remember doing a lot of homework.
Middle school was fun. Lunchtime, double dutch, that's all I like to do. I didn't like my classes really. I did well, probably because it was an inner city kind of type environment, so we weren't challenged. It was like, you show up, you're doing well.
I was actually born in San Francisco, but I lived for 10 years in El Salvador, so I'm Salvadorian. So I came when I was 9 or 10. So when I got into middle school, I didn't speak any English, and it was a hard transition for me. So I was put into ESL classes, and I never had science in middle school. And I always saw the same amount of people around me, and I was never able to interact with the English speakers, so I felt really like an outsider.
Middle school was a little tough. You remember it's a time when students are having these hierarchies and who's cool and who's not cool, and I wasn't either cool or uncool. I was sort of in the middle. I think I was starting to become what everybody was thinking of me as the nerd. But in the end, I had friends who were always in that same boat. I never let anybody tell me that I wasn't oh, you're such a geek or a nerd. And I always took it and I said, well, I'm proud of that. And that's, I think, why I've been successful.
What was high school like for you?
Middle school, I think maybe not all students care so much about their grades, but then when people get into high school, they start caring more, and then they figure out, okay, well, who's the kid in the class who can help me with my math homework? And so then I started making a lot of friends because people were like, oh, go to Marlisa, she knows she can help you with your biology or your math homework, and so then I had lots of friends.
High school was hard. I mean, I think everybody goes through those things in high school, but I actually went to a high school that was a medical magnet, and so everybody was really focused on their school, and so that was actually a very interesting part of my life because I was always very good in school, but when I got to high school, everybody else was just as good, and so it was a competition. But in the end, I think that helped me out just to push myself and prove that I could do it. I gained some good friends. I have some lifelong friends from high school, and it was nice.
I had more friends in high school, and I was able to speak English fluently by high school, and I wasn't in an ESL course anymore. But I was still trying to find myself in high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't think that I had to choose something at that time. So I was just all over the place, but it was great. High school was awesome.